guys. It's currently 2:16 in the morning. And I just had like this wild feeling like, am I pregnant? So I used one of these, because I had like an ovulation tracker, and it came with a few pregnancy tests. Tell me why immediately, no hesitation, no waiting, and then I had my urine in this, and I immediately poured it out. Tell me why I poured it out. So that, because I have those. I have these, and I have like a regular pregnancy test. Because I was like, well, Matt and I have been trying to have a baby, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to use the regular pregnancy test that's expensive when I could just use that. And then I won't get as upset because the pregnancy tests are expensive. Is that positive? Is this positive? I can't find the instructions in here. And it's 2-something in the morning, so I can't call anybody. And I just told Matt that, but he's like asleep. I found the instructions. I found them. Pregnancy test strip. Here. I'm shaking really bad. Okay. Positive. That is a big fat positive. Am I pregnant? Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So this may not be the type of video that you were expecting, but this is the reason that I haven't been uploading as much, because I've been pregnant. So I am a terrible YouTuber. I've said this so many times. I haven't filmed anything about the pregnancy since that night. So I thought I would just kind of go over what's happened since then, how far along I am, how I've been feeling, the gender. I don't think I'm going to do the reveal the name today. I think I'll reveal the name later. I don't know. But not today. Not today. Where do I guess I start from the beginning. So whatever day that was in August, whatever it was, I was staying up to go to work the next night. That was when I was still on night shift. And earlier that day, that was a Sunday, earlier that day I had gone to an arcade type place with my mom and my son, and we had a lot of fun there. And he wanted to stay the night at her house that night, so I left him with her. And then I came home and I was just feeling so tired, and I took a nap. I took a 6-hour nap. I never take 6-hour naps. I never take naps. Like, I used to before I had Will, but since I've had him, I have a really hard time taking naps. So that was really unusual. And Matt and I had been trying for a few months to have a baby. I got my birth control removed in February. I had the Mirena IUD. So I got that removed, and we had been trying ever since. And I thought it would take a while for me to get pregnant because I do have PCOS. So I had a feeling, but I kind of pushed it off because I had taken, you know, tests previously and got disappointed. So I didn't want that to happen again. So I waited and waited until finally at almost 3 o'clock in the morning, I took a test and it ended up being positive. So I was freaking out. Like you could probably tell, I was just like, what is going on right now? Like I didn't even understand like what was life. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what was going on. I was really confused and really happy and just in shock, really. I was in shock. I ended up waking Matt up to tell him, but he remembered the next day. I asked him, I was like, do you remember me telling you? He was like, yes, I remember, and I'm really happy, but I was also very tired because it was 3 o'clock in the morning when you told me. I was freaking out all night. I ended up calling into work that next night and going to the doctor instead. I went to the doctor because based on like the period tracker I had been using, I would have been 10 weeks, around 10 weeks based on my last period. And I had been unprotected in x-ray. I have been in CT, both of those at work, and I had also had alcoholic beverages. Not like a whole bunch, maybe like a drink here and there with dinner. Gosh, I'm winded. I'm also nervous. Whew. So I was freaking out mainly because of how far along I was supposed to be, and mainly because I had been in x-ray a lot, like not wearing any lead like in the ER whenever I would work, and like going to CT with my ventilated patients, I would bag instead of take the whole vent. I would wear the lead in there obviously because you have to, but still, I mean, it's radiation, like it's really dangerous. So I made an appointment and I went that next day, and based on the measurements of the ultrasound, and I have the ultrasound picture somewhere, I just can't find it. Based on the measurement, like whenever you look at the ultrasound, it was just like a little yolk sac. Like there wasn't any fetus yet. There wasn't any like bean little structure. It was just like a round yolk sac. So based on those measurements, I would have only been 5 weeks. So I was still very, very early along. I must have ovulated late or something. So that was the explanation for that. They wanted me to come back exactly a week later to do a follow-up ultrasound for whenever I would be 6 weeks, because that is whenever they consider it like a viable like pregnancy at that point. So I went back a week later. I was still in a lot of shock, but the fetus had started to develop. So I made my own makeshift little sensor here so you can't see any information, but there's the yolk sac that was there alone. That wasn't there at the previous ultrasound, like that was there by itself. And then this little bean shape here, that is the fetus starting to develop. So the bean wasn't there, but that round empty sac was at the previous appointment. So this is 6 weeks along. So at this point they're like, okay, yeah, you're definitely pregnant. Let's get you, you know, set up with monthly appointments. You can start taking, well, I had started taking prenatals the week before. They told me to keep up with that. They told me to take lots of protein, get lots of rest, and I had had a pregnancy previously, so I was pretty familiar with everything. Little did I know, my pregnancies would be totally, totally different with how I would feel. Like whenever I was pregnant with Will, the only symptom I had was that I was really sleepy all the time. But with this pregnancy, I was hella sleepy. I would sleep all the time. I was also nauseous as all hell. Like I looked at something funny and I got lightheaded. Like not lightheaded, like sick to my stomach. Like I felt like I was going to throw up. And what made it worse is that anytime I felt like that, I never actually threw up. I would be like on the verge, but never actually like throwing up. And I'm sorry if the words I use are like gross or you can't listen to them, but like I'm just trying to put emphasis on how bad I felt. Like, I felt so bad. I was constantly tired, always sleeping. I was moody. I felt nauseated all the time. I felt so sick. I felt weak. And that was a huge reason of why I never recorded anything, because I was either sleeping, working, or in a bad mood because I felt bad. Like, I was miserable. My first trimester, I was miserable. So the next month comes along and I go to my 10-week appointment, and I'll show you how much they developed from the 6-week appointment to the 10-week appointment. So this is 10 weeks. You could definitely see like the head there, there's a little hand, and then the body. So at my 10-week appointment, it was still the same. I went to the doctor's office, I peed in a cup, they took an ultrasound, and then I told them like any symptoms I had. The nurse had written a prescription or gotten a prescription for me to have some kind of gel that I could like rub on my belly or something if I felt nauseated. But at that point, right after that, I had stopped, so I never used it. And I have felt like a normal human being since then. After that, I had an appointment again exactly a month later at 14 weeks. I didn't get an ultrasound done then, but by that point, my doctor was like, have you started feeling any movement? Because this is your second pregnancy. You feel them sooner with your second pregnancy. And I'm like, well, I kind of felt like I had felt movement, but I was also really constipated. So I couldn't tell like if it was gas or if it was the baby moving. And she said it was probably both. After that, like, I got kind of worried because I started thinking about it and I'm like, she's right, I haven't really felt any movement at all. So I ended up buying a baby Doppler, and I'll leave a link to that down below if you're interested. It relieved a lot of my anxiety because I could hook it up, and they also sent me some gel to use with it, and I could hear the heartbeat, so I knew that everything was okay in there and that they were still there. And whenever I say they, it's because I haven't said the gender yet. There's only one baby in there. Thankfully, I would not be able to survive with twins and William. So whenever I say they, it's just because I haven't mentioned the gender yet. There is only one fetus, one baby in there. I got the baby Doppler, and the other day I had my 18-week appointment, and that was when they would do like the anatomy, like the big major anatomy ultrasound, where they would look at everything. Like, they would look at the placenta, the umbilical cord, everything head to toe, like brain development, kidney development, heart development, everything, just to make sure that everything is developing the way it should be. And everything is good. I got to see a really detailed ultrasound image of the heart and like 4 chambers, and it was so cute. Like, it was cool because I knew what I was looking at. Like, I don't know how to read an ultrasound, okay, but going through RT school and learning the anatomy of the heart and the lungs, I could see like the foramen ovale and all the different little chambers, and it was just really cool having an idea of knowing what you were looking at, instead of just kind of like looking at it and going, okay, that's neat. I think it's a lot cooler whenever you like know what it is that you're looking at. So kidneys are developing fine. I got to see little toes, and I'll show you that here. So here are the feet. This is my favorite. You can see all 5 little toes. And this is the lateral version. There's the foot, and there's the leg and the knee. So that's cool there. I love those little toes. Look at how cute they are. This is the side view. That black dot right there, that is the stomach. There's the head, the nose, the little chin, and there is the leg. And this is just another little view. You could see like the nasal bone and the little hand and a fist right there. So that's just really cute. So at the 10-week appointment, we decided that we wanted, and me, when I say we, I mean Matt and I, we decided to do a genetics test, which is a blood test. They draw blood from me to test for any chromosomal abnormalities, and they also detected the gender. We did that, and then like a week or 2 weeks later, the results came back, and based on that test, there were no abnormalities. Everything came back normal, and it also said that the predicted sex was a girl. So we were really happy about that because Matt and I wanted a girl for this next baby. We wanted to have our boy and our girl. And whenever we told Will that I was pregnant, we, you know, because he knows what a baby is, but we would ask him, like, Will, do you want a brother or a sister? And every single time he would say he wanted a baby sister. Every single time. Even whenever, like, I would go a few days or like a week or so in between asking, and I would say, hey, Will, do you want a brother? Not even saying the word sister. I would just say, hey, do you want a brother? And he says, no, I want a baby sister. So he knew what he wanted. He wanted a sister, but when we found out that she was a girl, we told him, and we were like, Will, it's a girl, you're gonna have a baby sister. He said, no. Oh gosh, I just got like a random hiccup. That's it. I mean, I feel like I could have filmed a lot more. Like, looking back, I feel really bad for not filming any more than I did, but also remembering how bad I felt, I could not bring myself to do it. I could not. I felt so bad. So please forgive me for not filming anything, whether it was related to the pregnancy or related to work or anything. Just please forgive me for not picking up the camera and uploading more. Just please understand that I was in a really sick, like, I felt really sick. And then feeling sick all the time also put me in like a really bad headspace. So I was also pretty depressed because I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like playing with Will. Will didn't understand why I was sleeping all the time. So along with feeling bad, I also felt kind of depressed. So please forgive me. I plan on having a lot more videos here in the near future, both work related and pregnancy related. Did I say this? So I'm currently 18 weeks and 6 days along. I'll be 19 weeks tomorrow, which is November 12th. So on November 12th, which is, I'll probably upload this later today. So I will be 19 weeks. So almost halfway there. So if you want to see a belly pit or a belly shot, I'll show you. I won't show like my naked belly because I know some people don't like to see naked pregnant bellies. Let's see. Here's my belly. Now I feel like I'm too big for how not far along I am, but this is my second pregnancy, so you get bigger sooner with your, like, as many pregnancies as you have. So, but she's measuring right on the money. She's like right in the 50th percentile of everything. So she's average size babe so far. So everything is going well. Yeah, it makes me feel good that I finally got that off my chest. I've been wanting to tell y'all sooner, but either A, didn't feel like it, or B, I wanted to wait for at least right around the halfway mark, right after I had my anatomy ultrasound, that way, because a part of me like didn't totally trust the blood test, so I wanted to double check with like looking at her anatomy to see, is it really a girl? That's really a girl. So I was mainly just waiting on that and when I felt better. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here so that I can get it uploaded for you guys and start working on the new one. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do so. You'll be seeing a lot more videos on me and our growing family, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully recording a birth vlog. I don't want to make it too graphic or anything, but that's something that I wanted to do with Will too. I just didn't. So I'm really hoping that I'll get to do it with this baby. And I also had really bad postpartum depression with Will. Now that I know what to look for, I'm also a seasoned parent at this point. So hopefully that won't be as bad. And I'll get to put more like newborn content out for you guys because I like watching mommy vlogs. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.